The Agri-weather outlook is sponsored by Excalia fungicide from Valent USA.
How long can the region expect this warmer weather to last? Here's John with our AGWEEK outlook.
A couple of significant changes going on in the weather patterns around the world, which will impact weather of the central and eastern United States agriculturally and otherwise. Cold weather is returning to the northern plains, Great Lakes, but not nearly so cold as the Arctic outbreaks that happened late January, early February, or more specifically, the really severe cold snap back in December. It's just not looking like that, but it does look like we'll get a little bit colder weather again. Midwest, last week I was talking about how the Midwest, many areas of the Corn Belt had begun to become fairly dry. Well, there will be 2 or 3 weather systems that probably won't be all-encompassing, but will bring some good moisture. And I say moisture because these are coming in the form of rain and snow, because it's fairly mild. The coldest weather anomaly, that is relative to average, the next couple of weeks will be out in the Rockies and the far west, Pacific Northwest, California. Maybe in some areas cold enough to have some impacts on some of those southwestern crops, as it will be turning fairly cold. Jet stream kind of split right now this week and weak. So we're not seeing a strong jet stream. It's a very strong jet over on the other side of the world. But that's one of the reasons why the frigid weather is going to stay locked up. Fairly mild weather coming up into the northern plains early in the week will gradually be replaced by colder weather. And there are some signs that around midweek, this particular configuration will produce a storm system coming out, probably affecting areas of the Midwest, south and east of the Dakotas more severely. But there could be a significant snowstorm in that area, or rain to snow, that sort of thing. And that will probably draw down at least a couple of days of relatively cold weather into some parts of the western Great Lakes and northern plains, but it doesn't look like a long-lasting thing. But look at the cold weather expanding over the west. Split jet stream, but the strongest one will begin to take on that southern jet stream pattern, and that's going to pull some not frigid weather, but some pretty unseasonably cool weather into much of the southwest. And there will be breaks from time to time in that, but generally speaking, the mid and latter parts of February will bring some colder than average temperatures to many areas of the western parts of the United States. As far as precipitation goes, this first week, probably rain and thunderstorms transitioning into snow for the Midwest. The one storm in particular coming out about the middle of the week, I think, could generate some fairly significant moisture. And there will be Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies will be getting some, mostly snow, as it will be colder air. And the same thing for the second week. This is going to be cold enough for snow. If there's any snow in the northern plains, it looks pretty dry. Eastern seaboard weather pattern beginning to dry up just a little bit with a little snow in the eastern lakes.